Hello, and this is Theme Park Squib, and it's another monthly show. Another month of June has moved on, and we're now into July, which is a pretty big month in the theme park industry, with a lot of things happening over here in the UK. It's been another month in lockdown in June, but restrictions have been getting eased over here in England. We've had shops reopen on Central Retail and a couple of other things, which I'll talk to you about in news. But yeah, we're got some plans this weekend, a lot of plans over the next couple of weeks. I'll talk to you about them in a different section of the show called Plans. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about this week, so I think I'm going to go straight in to news headlines. Oh, in news headlines this week, it's a lot about what's happening this weekend or whenever this video on, it might be on after the weekend, but on July the 4th, theme parks can reopen again here in the UK. It's such a good thing to hear. Well, everything, hospitality, every part of hospitality in the UK can open on the 4th of July, other than water parks and gyms and certain other hospitality units cannot open due to what they are, but the theme parks can open on the 4th of July. I'm quite excited. All of the Merlin Parks are opening. A lot of theme parks opening this Saturday. It's really the big day. We'll be back at the parks visiting, but the parks have done some stuff over the past month. Alton Towers have opened their gardens and grounds. Check out the vlogs, we've got two of them. One of them's online when I'm filming this, but another one will be going on Friday the 3rd of July. That'll be going on, so check out. They opened the grounds gardens, a fantastic time. We had them both visits to the Alton Towers gardens, where we walked around the gardens. I've never really had an in-depth look around the gardens. I've walked through the gardens before when either the Sky Ride is closed or I want to get to other places. But yeah, so I've walked through them before, but a good detailed look round, saw the pagoda fountain, the Swiss cottage, really nice gardens, really the heart of Alton Towers. We also got to see other parts of Alton Towers, which I did like. We could walk around all the lawns at the front, we could walk right up to the Towers building, we entered down Tower Street, we could walk round CB, not round it, but next to it, past Spinball Wizard and X Sector and all that, and also we could walk through the whole of Mutiny Bay, so the courtyard was open. But there was lots of facilities open on site, or toilets. We had the toilet situation. There was lots of toilets open on site. I believe the ones on the entrance pass, the ones on Tower Street and the ones in Mutiny Bay were open. Only one food kiosk open, and that was Pirate Treats down in Mutiny Bay, which did serve like ice creams, a range of hot and cold drinks in there, just snacks really. Not, if you did go there, it's not somewhere where you could get a full lunch. I would advise bringing a packed lunch. If you went there. White Castle also opened their gardens and grounds, where they had more of a food option there, with the conservatory being open, but they opened that as well. And Chessington obviously opened the zoo as well, because Zoo's got the green light to open as well, so Chessington opened the zoo. But this weekend on the 4th of July, all the theme parks hopefully will reopen. We've only got 2 days to go. I'll talk to you about my plans and where I'm going in the section, which will be my future plans, just to talk about what we're going to do over the next few months and some trips we've had to cancel. But yeah, we're opening on 4th of July. We know all the parks measures that are going in. We'll talk about the Merlin Parks and what other parks have got. So with the Merlin Parks, each one is very similar. They've got the same things or regulations in place, like with social distancing, stuff like that. But a lot of things such as temperature checks, you are going to have a temperature check to enter the attractions. We saw that at the Alton Towers Gardens when we were there. We had to have a temperature check. Very quick and easy process. And also do your bag search there as well, which is obviously standard security procedures anyway that they have to do at these parks. But that was fine. Social distancing, I definitely felt safe when we were at Towers. Social distancing, fantastic. Everyone was abiding to it. Markers on the floor and places where you'd have to queue, like going into the entrance, going for a temperature check, but everyone was staying by it. And hand sanitizer around the park in high touch points, such as on exits to toilets. Toilets were clean, social distancing in toilets as well, with certain the sinks and stuff shut off. But then hand sanitizer in very high touch locations of the park, such as on food units, it was on Pirate Treats. It was outside toilets, and there's also near vending machines. There's some vending machines in the path that links Spinball Wizard and X Sector. There was a hand sanitizer station there next to the vending machines there. So high touch points, there are hand sanitizer, but also face masks. You're not required to wear them walking round but certain attractions you will have to wear them on. Not like the American parks and some of the European parks you've seen, you've got to wear them walking around the whole park and have them on for the whole day. But here, no, I think it's the best decision because I think it is quite hard to wear one all day, especially if the weather's hot like it is out in the States. But requiring it on rides where you're going to come into close contact with other guests, and also the safest way as well for staff who are checking restraints when you're going on it. So it's mainly at the parks, Legoland, Chessington, Alton Towers and Thorpe will confirm which rides you'll have to wear a mask on. Some rides you can choose if you want to wear one or not. Only a few or a couple of them or most of them at some parks you are required. They do advise not to wear them on water rides just in case they get wet, which is understandable. You don't want to go on Tidal Wave and have a soaking wet mask afterwards. But I'll go through the parks and list some of the attractions or what types of attractions you are required to wear one on. I'll start at Chessington. There's only 3 attractions there where you are required. They are Vampire, which is understandable. Also Scorpion Express, the Mack Power Coaster. Also Cobra, very similar around all parks. It's mainly coasters where you sit in a long train where you're required to wear one. But coasters where you sit in 4s, such as Dragon's Fury, Spinball Wizard, Rattlesnake, you will not be required to wear a mask because suppose they're going to batch you in your groups. And the same with little kids coasters like Octonauts and Duplo Dino Coaster will not require you. But the rules with the masks, if anyone over the age of 6 is required on those attractions unless they've got a medical condition that prevents them from wearing the mask. So I think you've got to contact guest relations with that. But it's good to see that they're implementing that. I was expecting when they said no masks and they're encouraging masks at Chessington, it was a bit unclear what they meant by that. But we have got some masks. We've had some theme park Squib ones made from when we're down at the parks. But yeah, so certain attractions, I'll start with Chessington, Cobra, Vampire, Scorpion Express. Legoland, a few attractions. Similar attractions such as the Dragon, you're required. Mia's Ride and Adventure, which is very similar to Cobra, it's the exact same ride. Also, you're required on stuff such as teacups, all the teacup attractions where you are in an enclosed space. Same with pirate ships, you're required. Mainly coasters as well, and some other spinning flat rides where you come into contact. Thrill flat rides and family flat rides, such as a thrill flat ride would be like Samurai, would have to wear one at Thorpe Park, but a family one such as Rocky Express at Thorpe Park, you'd have to wear one on. Yeah, also you've got that, and also we found news that Fast Track will not be happening over this, which is the correct thing because the queues will get bigger. I know they're restricted numbers because you have got to online pre-book. You've got to pre-book online. You can't just turn up anymore. You've got to pre-book online so they can restrict numbers. But I think with social distancing and rides, we believe they'll be missing rows on larger attractions, but with Fast Track that will just mess up the whole thing, and it's good that they've removed it. I don't personally like Fast Track. I've been to some fantastic theme parks like Plopsaland where Fast Track isn't there and the queues are a lot quicker, you have a lot better time. In the highest queue we queued there was 45 minutes, which ain't bad, and look over here we get right up to 1-2 hours. Yeah, so they removed that obviously to help distancing come onto the attractions, but it's good to just know the theme parks will be opening on Saturday. We'll be covering and going to them with vlogs on the channel. I'll be sharing some news of what trips we've got coming up. We've got quite a lot coming up, what we'll be doing. But also some news in the theme park news. We've had Splash Mountain announced at California and Walt Disney World to be rethemed to The Princess and the Frog, which is the film, animated film that came out a few years ago now. Rethemed Splash Mountain, which is, if you don't know, the log flume ride. It is a classic. It's based around quite an old film called Song of the South, but based around, because I believe that film was a mix between live action and animation, and the animation, so you see, and it's Brer Rabbit and all that, and you go around the thing. Got a good soundtrack to it, but shame to see it go, but Disney will have to evolve and put new attractions in, and we've seen rethemes of attractions, but they look like they've done well done, like with Terror rethemed into Guardians Galaxy. It looks amazing when they've rethemed attractions like that. But yeah, and also we've had news about attractions over here being delayed to next year, such as Black Mirror Labyrinth and World of David Walliams and Tornado Springs. They've all been delayed to next year now over here, so at least we're getting something next year. And yeah, so now I'm going to take you into my future plans, where I'll talk to you about some future plans we've got coming up in the next couple of weeks. So in my future plans, I'm doing this instead of my future opinion this week, because I've got a lot to talk about of what we're going to do with the opening of the parks and what vlogs you can expect to come on. Just to say, since the last show, we've had a couple of vlogs. We've been to Alton Towers for the garden event. They did open the gardens, as I said previously. We've done 2 from them. One of them's online now when I'm filming, but I believe I'm uploading this on Sunday, the 5th of July. So the other one will be online. We're making sure that comes on Friday the 3rd. So we've only them vlogs, but we've got a lot coming up on Saturday the 4th, which will be after or before the show has come on when we upload this show. We're going to Thorpe Park for the first day of the season, or the rebirth of the season, or the restart basically of the season. We'll be at Thorpe Park then, and hopefully have a great day and see all the measures that have been put in and experiencing what it's like to wear a face mask on certain attractions. But also, yeah, just to see it all again. I'll bring you a vlog, show you all the measures and get back on some of our favourite rides and just be allowed to ride some rides in a theme park again. Then a week after, on the 11th, we will be at Legoland Windsor to their reopening, just to see what's changed around there. Hopefully get the credit of the Duplo Dino Coaster, which I haven't got yet. The only park I've done before lockdown was Chesington World of Adventures for the preview day. I'll be getting on that hopefully and just see what Legoland's like, see their measures as well, see what's changed around the park, also see the Deep Sea Adventure. I think it's open, because certainly indoor attractions are shut. But just to see there. And then we've got a trip. We were meant to be going out to the United States of America this year, to Florida. We would have done Busch Gardens, SeaWorld and Universal out there, but we've delayed that to next year now, till 2021. But instead we're actually doing a week up near Alton Towers. We'll be popping into Alton Towers, and there'll be a vlog from that. And we've also got our Chesington trip booked for August already, because that's when we could book. Chesington's been quite popular, so we've got Chesington and all that coming up. So we're going to hit all the Merlin Parks, probably pop down to Clacton Pier, Walton Pier, Adventure Island in that time as well, see what they're doing for their measures. But yeah, just to I'll give you a vlog on there, show the measures. We're very exciting to see. Can't wait to get back into the parks. It's been such a long time since March we were in Chesington for the preview day. It would be good to get on some rides and also see the new bits, because no new bits are open at Chesington other than Elmer's Flying Elephants, which had a massive queue, and I'm not going to queue that for a refund. I don't like flying elephants anyway. But yeah, so we'll go see the park, see what's changed. And also, yeah, just show you the new changes and also new additions to the park. Now, let's get into merchandise showcase. I'm going to show you some new merchandise I bought on the Thorpe Park online shop, and I'll also be showing you some of my face masks as well. So let's get into merchandise showcase. First, I'll start off with the parts I got from the Thorpe Park online shop. Just to say, I did get a brand new t-shirt from the Thorpe Park online shop, the Thorpe Park Rangers Club t-shirt. It launched a couple of weeks back now, and they released a load of retro merchandise, which is what I've got here. But I have got the t-shirt in the maroon colour. I'll be wearing that on the vlog from Thorpe Park on Saturday, so check that out and you'll see the t-shirt in there. But first I'm going to start with one of the bigger items, which is this Thorpe Park Rangers Club mug. So good they're doing retro merch. I still think it's a bit late though. Thinking about last year was the 40th. You've got the Thorpe Park Ranger Club logo there. It's actually the same as a little piece of retro merchandise I've got. With all the characters on there. Inside you've got the old retro Thorpe Park logo, and on the back you've got all the Rangers in a very nice retro style, and I do love my retro merchandise. But yeah, good to see they're doing it, and bring back Thorpe Park Rangers. That's what I've got on the shirt, actually, that logo. I've also got some retro merch with that on, but it's a very nice mug. And you'll probably see it in the background here down at the hub when I'm filming my monthly shows and any other videos here. Now I'm going to play on into a lot of pin badges I've got. The first one I'll stop with the big pin set actually. This is a limited edition Thorpe Park Rangers pin set. There's actually only 1,600 of these made, so if you want one, either get it on the online shop or get it quick when you do go to Thorpe Park, which is 6 pin badge, I think it's £16. That's without discount on it. And you've got one, you've got the giraffe, you've got the bear there, you've got the elephant, the rabbit, the chief ranger there, and Mr. Monkey as well. So yeah, that was £16, a pin set there. Also, they've released some more retro pins. First one we've got is Thorpe Farm here, with like a cow head with this Thorpe Park, the retro Thorpe Park logo. Instead of Thorpe Park, it says Thorpe Farm. Very nice. And with these pins, you'll notice they've got a different background to the other Thorpe Park one. They've got the old retro logo and like this light blue look. The next one is Thunder River, which is what the Rapids used to be called, or Rumba Rapids as it's known now. When it originally opened, it was called Thunder River, so we got a pin with the logo for that there. Next retro one is actually from the Canada Creek Railway. This is a style we've seen at the other parks at Chessington and Alton Towers for their retro rides, where you've got a logo for the ride. This one you've got a train and Canada Creek Railway, and you've also got the years on it with 1989 to 2011. That's now in the Old Town area, Canada Creek is, and you can still see the station. It's now home to Timber Tugboat, and the line or the route for it is used in the Platform 15 Scare Maze, and actually the train is too. But this is the style we've seen, like we've had load from Alton Towers. Chessington done a few last year. Got another one this year for Professor Burp, but that's on a similar style to what the Thunder River pin I've just shown you is. But this is what we've seen last year at Chessington with the two we got, and also the ones at Towers, like the corkscrew and black hole ones. And then the final pin I've got is Wicked Witch's Haunt, the old ghost train at the park. Similar style to the last one. You've got the logo there, Wicked Witch's Haunt, and the dates on it from 1994 to 2000. But this pin also glows in the dark. That white part there is a glow-in-the-dark pin. I've only got a couple of glow-in-the-dark pins, but this is a similar style to the ones that we're used to. Now I'm going to show you the face mask we have customly made. So as I was saying in news headlines and also in my future plans, masks we are required to wear on certain attractions at the parks, mainly big roller coasters, big flat rides and rides where we come into close contact with other guests. So we've had some custom made ones made, which you'll probably see in the vlogs. First one is our large theme park Squib logo there on an orange background there. That's probably the one we are wearing mostly. But we've got a couple of others. We've got the same design of the main one there, but with a light blue background. Then we've got one with like a collage of small little logos on a white background. Before we've got another collage with a few bigger logos on the white ones, which can be so interesting to see how masks are going to work on rides. Are we going to see them fly off? Because they are technically loose articles, but we've all just got to see when the parks do open and I'll get to experience it for the first time. Now it's time for the final section of the show, which is Shoutouts. Now it's time for the final section of the show, which is shout-outs. Before I go through the shout-outs, I'm just going to tell you how you can get a shout-out. Is if you comment on any video, if you comment on this show now, or any video between this show and next month's show, you will get a shout-out in the shout-out section of the show. So just to clarify, either on this video now, or in the videos that come out between. So in any vlog that comes on after this show goes online, and if your comment is on the shout-outs, then you will get a shout-out. So let's go through the shout-outs. First we've got Molly Wiltshire, thank you for commenting. Next we've got Scott Atkins YT, also thank you for commenting. Then we've got Coaster Crazy, also thank you for commenting. And finally we've got Walk Up 90, also thank you for commenting. That's it for this month's show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Alton Towers vlogs from the Gardens. There should be two on, one on one filming this, and the second one will be coming on Friday the 3rd. But yeah, don't forget to check out our future vlogs. We're at Fort Park on Saturday the 4th. We'll be at lots of parks. We're at Legoland, a couple more after, as the theme parks begin to reopen. It's finally time that the theme parks are back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want a shout out in next month's shout out section of the show, don't forget to either comment on this video or any video that comes out between this month's show and next month's show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our vlogs when they are online. We've got a lot coming up. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.